What is something you never expected in business but had to learn to handle?
Yes, this one was a bitter pill to swallow for me, that I can't do everything. For me, this is my personal kind of biggest learning curve, I reckon, over the many, many years. No, I'm joking, it's only like 3 years. Over the 3 years of business is I can't do everything, and that's for multiple reasons. First reason is that I'm not the best suited to do everything within the business because I'm not the best at everything. And
you have like a different skill set.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think understanding what your skill set is really, really important. So I quickly learned that marketing and Instagram and all the pretty things that you see all over our Instagram, which is not me, by the way, that's not my forte. So I had to learn that I couldn't do that because that's not going to, if I continue doing that, it's not going to move the business forward because I'm not the best at it. Second thing is that I can't do everything because I don't have enough time. Like as you scale, as you grow in business, like I was coaching 85 clients at one stage. I was doing all of my like video editing. I was doing everything all at once. And it soon got to the point where I was like, I can't be doing all of this because I don't have the time. So you have to learn, and that's something I learn, is you have to delegate out the different jobs and delegate up or hire up. So instead of just going, okay, I'm going to get someone to edit my videos, for example, and I'm going to just get whoever I can. Get someone who you know is better than you. And you will always have holes in your skill set. So you'll be able to pick the things that you're not the best at and give to someone else. I think that's a really, really important thing. That's probably the biggest thing that will help a business scale is making sure that you hire someone that is better at what you're getting them to do than you are.
Mm-hmm. But this, like the skill of delegation in itself is hard. Like learning to delegate appropriately, accordingly, learning to delegate to the right person is really hard. So yeah, that's probably one thing that you more so than me, I guess. Like it was like a bitter pill to swallow, particularly for yourself. I can't do everything. I'm not good at all areas. Yeah. So that's probably where, yeah, I guess you learned a little bit more, hey?
Yeah. What's yours?
Mine's a little bit more of like a story shock, honestly. So many stories. But when I first started out in the health and fitness space, we started scaling. We started bringing coaches on board. Our client numbers like got over 100 or whatever they were at that given time. Like I was thriving in this whole, I hate to say it, but like influencer world. Like I was influencing. I was like being an inspiration to so many women, and I loved it. I still do love it. Like it's the favorite part of my job. But for me, as we grew, as we became more and more well-known, as I stepped into my role of the, I say, quote-unquote, face of the business, I started to put so much pressure on myself to be perfect. I would overthink everything, every Instagram post, every story that I put up, whatever I would say online, like no matter what it was, how I would coach clients, it was like a vicious cycle of perfectionism. So I think for me, the biggest hurdle that I didn't expect to come up was for me to go down that slippery slope of perfectionism and then pull myself back to still be influencing people's lives, to still be like a greater inspiration, but to not be so hard on myself and let like the raw vulnerable side of me come out, because that's probably where people are going to almost like, I guess, feel more a connection to.
Yeah, I think that's your superpower, is like showing your vulnerability and showing that you're a human being. And I think that for you, I've seen it. I've watched that whole process of you getting to the point where you are like influencing. And we say influencing like we haven't got hundreds of thousands of followers. You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of followers to influence people. You could influence people at a greater degree on a smaller scale, which is exactly, I think, what we're doing and what you're doing in particular, and you have done. And I think I watched you get to that point where the numbers did increase more and more. So you had more eyes on you, which made you feel like you had to be even more perfect because more people were judging you. And that's something you've overcome really, really well. And you've seen it as well with the fact that you influence people by showing them that you're a human, and that they know then that you're human, they're human too. And yeah, they can relate to that. They can relate to all the struggles that you might go through, all the wins that you have, that you're celebrating your own success. And they're like, fuck, if she's celebrating that, look at her. Like, I look up to her and she's celebrating this small little win. Like, I can celebrate that too. So.
Yeah.